People have no idea. This is going to be bigger than the car. I mean, obviously, we need to be careful that this doesn't become a dystopian situation. Like, I think one of the things that's going to be important is to have a localized ROM chip on the robot that cannot be updated over the air. The dangers would be artificial general intelligence or digital superintelligence decouples from a collective human will and goes in a direction that, for some reason, we don't like. It'll be so cheap to have goods and services, it'll be ridiculous. They're more optimistic than pessimistic, but they're not all optimistic. Some of them are exceeded, probably more are later, but they do come true. It's very rare that they do not come true. It's sort of like, if there's some radical technology prediction, the point is not that it was a few years late, but that it happened at all. That's the more important part. In order to solve self-driving, you really needed to solve real-world AI. And at the point at which you solve real-world AI for a car, which is really a robot on four wheels, you can then generalize that to a robot on legs as well. The two hard parts, I think, like obviously companies like Boston Dynamics have shown that it's possible to make quite compelling, sometimes alarming robots. From a sensors and actuator standpoint, it's certainly been demonstrated by many that it's possible to make a humanoid robot. Things that are currently missing are enough intelligence for the robot to navigate the real world and do useful things without being explicitly instructed. So the missing things are basically real world intelligence and scaling up manufacturing. Those are two things that Tesla is very good at, and so then we basically just need to design the specialized actuators and sensors that are needed for a humanoid robot. People have no idea. This is going to be bigger than the car. I mean, obviously, we need to be careful that this doesn't become a dystopian situation. Like, I think one of the things that's going to be important is to have a localized ROM chip on the robot that cannot be updated over the air. Where if you, for example, were to say stop, that would, if anyone said that, then the robot would stop, type of thing. And that's not updatable remotely. I think it's going to be important to have safety features like that. Well, I think the cost is actually not going to be crazy high, like less than a car. Initially, things will be expensive because it'll be new technology at low production volume. The complexity and cost of a car is greater than that of a humanoid robot. So I would expect that it's going to be less than a car, or at least equivalent to a cheap car. I wouldn't worry about the sort of putting people out of a job thing. I think we're actually going to have, and already do have, a massive shortage of labor. I think we will have not people out of work, but actually still a shortage of labor even in the future. This really will be a world of abundance. Any goods and services will be available to anyone who wants them. It'll be so cheap to have goods and services, it'll be ridiculous. AI and robotics will bring out what might be termed the age of abundance. Other people have used this word. And that this is my prediction, it'll be an age of abundance for everyone. The dangers would be artificial general intelligence or digital superintelligence decouples from a collective human will and goes in a direction that, for some reason, we don't like. Here is that we're already a cyborg, if you think about it. The computers are an extension of ourselves. And when we die, we have a digital ghost. We'll have text messages and social media, emails, and it's quite eerie actually when someone dies but everything online is still there. But you say, what's the limitation? What is it that inhibits human-machine symbiosis? It's the data rate.